My name is Ethan Carter, and if you're listening to this, I want you to promise me one thing. If you ever come home and something feels slightly different, don't ignore it. Don't tell yourself you're tired. Don't blame your memory, because that's exactly what I did. And it almost got me killed. I'm 34 years old and work as a network engineer. My job is boring, predictable, and mostly remote. I live alone in a small 2-story house I bought just outside Portland. No wife, no kids, just me and a routine so repetitive, I could tell you what I was doing at almost any hour of any day. I liked it that way. Every morning I left at 7:30 for coffee, worked until late afternoon, went to the gym 3 times a week, ordered takeout on Fridays, and spent weekends watching movies or playing old video games. Nothing exciting ever happened until one Tuesday evening. I came home after work and immediately noticed the living room smelled different. Not bad, just unfamiliar. Almost like someone had cooked with spices I never used. I stood there for a few seconds, trying to figure it out, before convincing myself the smell had drifted in through an open window. I forgot about it within minutes. The next morning, I couldn't find my TV remote. After searching the couch for 10 minutes, I found it neatly sitting on the bookshelf behind me. I laughed. Guess I'm losing my mind. That became my explanation for everything. Keys appearing somewhere I didn't remember leaving them, kitchen cabinets being slightly open, bathroom towels folded differently, my shoes facing the opposite direction. Tiny things. Things so small that accusing someone else would sound ridiculous. Memory is strange. Everyone forgets things. That's what I kept telling myself. Weeks passed. Then, food started disappearing. Not entire meals, just enough to make me question myself. A few slices of bread, half a carton of milk.
Some leftover pasta. One morning, I opened a new jar of peanut butter. 3 days later, it was almost half empty. I lived alone. I wasn't eating that much. Still, I blame stress. My friends joked that I was sleepwalking. I even believed it for a while. Then, something happened that I couldn't explain. I got home early because my internet went down at work. As I pulled into my driveway, I noticed my bedroom curtain move. Not much, just enough to catch my eye. The upstairs window was closed. There was no wind. I stared for nearly a minute. Nothing. Eventually, I laughed at myself. Probably just settling fabric. That's what I wanted to believe. That night, I checked every window, every door, every lock. Everything was secure. Or so I thought. A few days later, I woke up freezing. My bedroom window was wide open. I never sleep with it open. Never. Especially in November. I checked the lock. No damage. No signs of forced entry. Nothing. Now I started feeling uneasy. For the first time since moving in, I bought a small indoor security camera. Just one. I pointed it toward the front door. The next morning, I reviewed the footage. Nothing. Nobody entered. I almost felt embarrassed. Maybe I really was becoming paranoid. Then, I noticed something strange. At 2:17 in the morning, the camera froze. Not for long. Exactly 4 minutes. When the recording resumed, everything looked normal. I contacted customer support. They blamed a software glitch. So I bought a second camera, then a third. One in the kitchen, one upstairs, one facing the hallway. I wanted peace of mind. Instead, I got something much worse. 3 nights later, I reviewed all the footage. The front door camera showed nothing unusual. The hallway camera froze again. Exactly 4 minutes. But the kitchen camera didn't freeze. At 2:18, someone walked into frame. My heart stopped. It wasn't a shadow. It wasn't blurry. It was a man. Tall, thin, wearing dark clothes.
his face hidden beneath a gray hoodie. He walked across my kitchen like he belonged there, opened my refrigerator, drank directly from the milk carton, ate leftovers standing at my counter, then calmly disappeared down the hallway. Not toward the front door, toward the back of the house, toward my bedroom. I watched the clip 5 times, 10 times, 20. There was no mistake. Someone had been inside my house while I was sleeping. I called the police immediately. 2 officers arrived within 20 minutes. They searched every room, every closet, every crawl space they could find. Nothing. No one. One officer suggested the man may have entered before I got home and left before morning. The explanation made no sense. Every door was still locked, every window secured. I showed them the hallway footage, the frozen timestamp, the kitchen recording. They admitted it was strange. Before leaving, one officer said something I'll never forget. Sometimes people know houses better than the owners do. At the time, I didn't understand what he meant. I would the following night. I barely slept. Every sound made my heart race. Around 3 in the morning, I heard it. A single floorboard creak above me. The attic. I didn't have the courage to investigate. I grabbed my phone and quietly listened. Another creak, then another. Slow, measured. Like someone trying very hard not to make noise. I called 911 without speaking above a whisper. The dispatcher kept me on the line until officers arrived. This time, they brought flashlights and a thermal camera. One officer climbed into the attic first. The other stayed beside me. A minute passed, then 2. Suddenly, we heard shouting, heavy footsteps, something crashing. Then complete silence. The officer beside me sprinted upstairs. I followed, despite every instinct telling me to run outside. The attic access door hung open. One flashlight lay on the floor. The officer inside was breathing heavily. His face had gone completely pale. He looked at me and quietly asked, "Mr. Carter, how long have you lived here?" 3 years. He nodded slowly, then shined his flashlight toward the far corner of the attic. There, hidden behind old insulation and plywood, was a narrow opening leading between the walls. And inside was a mattress, empty food containers, bottled water, fresh clothes, phone chargers, batteries, a notebook, and dozens of photographs. Every single one of me. Every photograph had been taken without my knowledge. Some showed me asleep on the couch. Others captured me cooking, working at my desk, even standing in the shower through the cracked bathroom door. The newest photo had been taken only 3 days earlier. Someone hadn't just been hiding in my house. He had been watching my entire life. The officers searched the hidden space from end to end, but whoever had lived there was already gone. At the far corner, they found a loose wooden panel leading outside into the woods behind my house. He had escaped minutes before they arrived. While detectives collected evidence, I picked up a small notebook lying beside the mattress. Every page was about me. Leaves for work at 8:05, orders takeout on Fridays, falls asleep watching TV, still hasn't checked the attic. Then, the final entry stopped me cold. He's beginning to notice. Time to leave. Police. It was as if the man had vanished into thin air. I sold the house 2 weeks later without looking back. The loss of money didn't matter anymore. I just wanted to feel safe again. For months, things slowly returned to normal. Then, one evening, I opened my mailbox and found an envelope with no stamp and no return address. It showed me unloading groceries outside my new apartment. Someone had taken it from across the street. On the back, written in neat handwriting, were 4 words: "You moved again." I called the police immediately. They checked security cameras, questioned neighbors, and searched the area. No one saw anything. No camera ever captured whoever left the envelope. It's been almost a year now. I've changed cities, changed jobs, changed my phone number, but every night before going to bed, I check every room, every closet,
every window.
I never ignore strange sounds anymore, because I learned something that still keeps me awake. People always say your home is the safest place in the world. They're wrong. Sometimes the greatest danger isn't someone trying to break into your house. Sometimes they've already been living inside it long before you realized you were never truly alone.